So Dark Souls 3 has been out for a little while now, and I'd like to talk about it, and I'd like to talk about the significance of it and tangent between 1 and 2 as well. While this game has a lot of connections to Dark Souls 1 and not as many as Dark Souls 2, it's still there, and I still think it's worth talking about. Now, I'm not going to go into the lore and story too much here. I'm just going to talk about the significance of story in Dark Souls 3. I want to iterate that I've played the game 2 times so far, and I'm on my 3rd playthrough at the time of this recording. So I know a little bit about the game, but I haven't explored everything. So keep in mind any details may very well be missed or misunderstood at this point in time, but I'm just giving my 2 cents here. Now, here's the real shame about Dark Souls 3, and it's the fact that there's a lot of new players jumping on board. Now, that's not a bad thing. That's not the real thing I'm trying to get at. But the thing about it is Dark Souls doesn't do a very good job at telling its immediate story, and that's not a bad thing either. What it does is it gives you a bunch of information based on item description and NPCs. You have to actually seek out this information to get it. But there's a lot of information in Dark Souls 3 that you simply will not understand unless you've played Dark Souls 1 and maybe Dark Souls 2. Some of it doesn't really matter as much for Dark Souls 2. But the fact remains the connections are still there. So, what does this mean for a new player? Well, you're not going to get those moments that really hit home or really make you go, oh shit. You're not really going to get those moments because there's a lot of things in Dark Souls 3 that connect it to Dark Souls 1 in a very unique way, I guess I would say. It just makes it more enjoyable for someone who's played the first game. And if you haven't played the first game, again, you're really not at fault for that because it was advertised as being extremely difficult. The tagline of the game was literally prepare to die. And to a lot of people, that actually comes off as intimidating. So really that actually threw some people away from the game instead of drawing them in. However, people like me who was actually craving a challenge in today's industry where a lot of games hold your hand, that's what drew me into the game. And I got hooked for a very long time on Dark Souls 1. I was damn near addicted to the game. I really dug into the lore. I really watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I went and searched out information on my own in the game to try and piece together all the information that was being given to me. And I gotta say, Dark Souls is definitely one of my top 5 games at this point in time. Now, you'll still have those oh shit moments when you're fighting a boss or something like that, for example, but you're not going to get the connections to the story or the lore. You're not going to have those oh shit, is this that or is that this kind of moment. You're not going to be piecing that stuff together if you're playing Dark Souls 3 first. Again, I reiterate, this is nobody's fault. This is just the 3rd entry of a franchise, and naturally some new people will be jumping on board. I just highly advise any new players of Dark Souls 3 to either hold off on it and go play the original Dark Souls. I wouldn't really say you need to play Dark Souls 2, to be honest with you. If you want to, go ahead, but I don't really think you need to. Or just watch YouTube videos. But, I mean, if you just don't want to hold off and you're enjoying Dark Souls 3 too much to hold off and go back and play an old game, you know, that's alright too. I would just recommend, after playing Dark Souls 3 and after putting it down for a little while, maybe go watch some YouTube videos on the original and make the connections from there. But if you're not interested in the story, obviously none of that matters, but this is really just for those who care about the lore and the story and are trying to understand it better. Well, like I said, if you're just playing Dark Souls 3 for the gameplay and the challenge, and you don't really care too much about the lore and the story, then obviously there's no need to do any of that other stuff. But if the lore actually intrigues you enough, then yeah, I would advise to go playing the previous games. Otherwise, just have fun with Dark Souls 3. It's a fantastic game, by the way. I obviously didn't want to spoil too much with this. I just want to get my opinion out there about the significance of Dark Souls 3 in comparison to the previous 2 games and the fact that it's very much so a very significant game when it comes to lore and story. That's really all the point I'm trying to drive home here. Alright guys, that's about all I've got to say for now, so I'll probably make some Dark Souls 3 videos later down the line. I don't really know what I want to make just yet. I was thinking about doing lore videos, but I think I'll just leave that to Vatavidia and Epic Name Bro. So I'll probably do some PvP stuff, maybe just messing around with people. I don't know, we'll see. Whatever you guys would like to see, if anything at all. Alright, that's about it guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.